Hello, my name is Johnny Pitts. I'm one of the writers who was lucky enough to take part in both of Breaking Ground's Black British Writers US tours. I was thinking about this idea of Black British and thinking our blackness is really well travelled in our group. Jamaica, Nigeria, Uganda, Trinidad, African America, Somalia, they're all represented, but something quite astonishing occurred to me. When I thought about our Britishness wasn't necessarily represented. Creatively, the city of Sheffield has definitely informed my work in a pretty big way, but what Sheffield wasn't so good at doing, and it perhaps says why there was only one northern Black British writer on the tour, was that it didn't really instill a sense, at least in its working class inhabitants, the sense that something like writing was a viable option as a career. And in my corner of Sheffield, I feel like there was a lot of that going on. Stop showing off, don't act clever, who do you think you are, you're not something special. And I think that's probably why, in the end, I moved to London. Writing requires a fair amount of solitude, and I can honestly say that before the Breaking Ground tour, I pretty much was flying solo. In essence, I had no network of support, and that all changed with Breaking Ground. In an industry where 97% of literary agents are white, and commissioned editors and other positions like that are similarly underrepresented. They knew how to navigate this terrain that I, as a relatively inexperienced writer, was about to traverse. I'd always dreamed of being able to say that I had writer friends, and I reckon that after this tour, I can definitely say that. I spoke to Bernadine, for instance, about the differences of going to market with a hardback or a softback. I spoke to Karen and Darren about when the appropriate time was to ask for money when people were asking me to speak at various events. Colin graciously offered to read the first draft of my manuscript. Gabriel gave me loads of advice about how to make a living connected to writing. Roger has hired me. He's actually hired me for one of the events that's coming up. Nick showed me how to really work a crowd with his performances, but I still want that book that we were given about global hip hop. I'm telling you, Nick lives up to his name. He nicked my book. Each performance was a really growing experience for me. Watching my fellow writers celebrate their finely honed skills and their craft to audiences every night was deeply inspiring. But for me, I think it was witnessing the beauty in quiet moments. Sat in the airport watching the writers, that were on the tour, read, write, mark papers, stare out of the windows thinking, and I don't know, just being writers, and it definitely raised my standards. And while we all had these luxuries of thinking and being creatives, I'd often see Nick, Sharmila and Sarah running around like, blue-arsed flies, chasing us up with emails, making sure we had our tickets, that we arrived to the events on time, remembered our connecting leady things for presentations and stuff. It's really important work that they're doing, and I can honestly say that it's the Speaking Volumes team who for the first time, for me at least, really opened up the gates of a literary world for a poor, black, working class northerner who was born into Margaret Thatcher's Britain. I can't help but thank the Speaking Volumes team immensely, and also my fellow writers. It's been an incredible experience, and probably one of the most important in my young literary career so far. So thank you.